It is what it is. There was some good and bad tonight. Some good and bad. Not everything bad, but there's certainly some frustrating things going on with usage and, obviously St. Brown having a nice little day. Watson getting in the end zone was nice. Monty went crazy. For anybody that's got Monty, you're feeling good tonight. You're feeling real good tonight. Gibbs, 5 yards of carry. What else could he do? But he's not getting the work. And at this point, he's a liability in lineups until he's being fed. And I don't know if he will be. It's gross misusage of Gibbs. And it's sad. It sucks. Campbell frustrates you. They won. How can you argue with them? If you were sitting in front of Campbell right now, you're like, why don't you give Gibbs? They won the game. They dominated. Like, what are you going to do? Monty, 3.8 yards of carry. I'm not saying Monty didn't do well. He scored 3 touchdowns, 121 yards, but Gibbs always rips off 5, 6, 7 yards per carry. It's absolute madness. I don't know how long we're going to be here tonight. Thursday nights are always really frustrating. There was some good and bad. Love was horrible at times, good at times, and then didn't finish strong at all. Wasn't getting a lot of help from his offensive line or play calling initially. They started to open things up. Love ran in a touchdown, scored a touchdown through 2 INTs, 246 yards. Could have been a lot worse. It was still a decent fantasy outing for Jordan Love, but not the game you wanted. You wanted him to take that huge next step. Watson getting in the end zone was nice. I think that was a nice comeback game for him. It was a tough one. We'll be here for just a little bit. I don't know how long I'm staying tonight. This was just one of those Thursday games. It was a mixed bag Thursday. I love the Lions. I love to see the Lions win. The team's a phenomenal team. They're fun to believe in. Unbelievable squad. Unbelievable chance to I think make a deep playoff run. This is an amazing squad. Well coached. But, it's frustrating for Gibbs owners, me being one. And I'm sorry for all the Gibbs hype when I was signing checks and handing out checks that this coaching staff clearly was not willing to help me, cash. But that doesn't mean that Gibbs is going to not be useful. Doesn't mean Gibbs won't eventually break out. Doesn't mean Gibbs won't get his opportunity. But they sure as hell aren't worried about getting him the football right now. That's for sure.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the Fantasy Football.
No news. So, yeah, what can you do? You can't give up on Gibbs. You can't throw him away. You got to bench him, sure, but definitely not somebody you can just let go, guys. You got to hold on to him. We're 4 weeks in, and certainly 4 weeks is starting to become a longer amount of time. But it is what it is. Monty at this point, Soundwave, H-Hand, Monty. Yeah, Monty at this point, obviously it looks like a bad no start on Monty, but at least you got H-Hand to go play. But Monty, he's gonna get fed. The problem is the hope that we have. We need to let it go until we see it. That's the bottom line, and I'm there too. I'm there. I'm finally there to say I will 100%. Unless I am in a dire straits at my flex spot, I'm 100% waiting for them to use Gibbs before I count on them using Gibbs. Because when he has 3 touchdowns, Monty, even if he's averaging 3.8 yards per carry, they're still going to keep feeding him. They think it's successful because technically it is. 3.8 is not a good amount of yards per carry. It's not. But they feel it's successful, so they're going to continue to do it. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. Do you go after Gibbs as a freebie, as a throw-in? Absolutely, but you cannot go after him to necessarily start him as a running back 1 or running back 2. Cut Love, that's a gross overreaction. Love had a ups and downs in this game. He had a very, very bad week 3, first, 2.5, almost 3 quarters, came back and had a remarkable fourth quarter, did very well. He kind of started to do the same thing in this game, and he wasn't getting a lot of offensive line help, and the play calling was questionable at times during this game. And once they were down and there's a shot for Love to march back, the play calling started to get pretty solid. And the Green Bay Packers started moving the football. Love ran in a touchdown. Love threw a touchdown. And he marched down for a 3rd touchdown of the day and threw an INT. That was on him. That was on him. But you're not cutting Love. Love's still a good quarterback, a good fantasy quarterback. He had 2 touchdowns tonight. I think it's a gross overreaction. But Love didn't have the game we wanted him to have on Thursday Night Football against the Lions. Love didn't have that 3-touchdown game. Almost did. He was knocking on the door of a 3 TD total game, and 1 INT turned into a 2 TD, 2 INT. It is what it is. Aaron Jones was useless in this game. The play calling was awful and atrocious for a big part of the game. Packers didn't run the ball even one time, I think, on the first 2 drives. We looked at the game log before I jumped off YouTube Live beforehand, and it was like freaking, it was like 0. There was no rushing stats at all in the rushing column after 2 drives. It was insane. Gravy with the first super chat of the day. Thank you, Gravy. Appreciate it. Let me see what I'm doing here. I got this. I gotta flip this around here. Hold on. Gravy, first super chat of the night. Standing ovation for you, pal. Imagine passing on Jalen Carter for a backup running back. That's the part that's so frustrating about Campbell. Like, look, you like Monty, good, fantastic, but you took this man 12 overall. And I'm at fault for thinking that meant something, and I take ownership of thinking that. And for everybody, I said, what do you think they're gonna? There's some people I grilled over it, and I'm apologizing to you for at least initially. Hopefully I come back. Hopefully this comes back around, but I don't have any hope right now. Like, why would they take them 12? You see how excited they were in the locker room. They were bear hugging each other, grown men picking each other up, just absolutely hugging it out because they got this man 12 and they wanted him 6. Why not use him? Why not use him? Why not use him as a glorified wide receiver? Why not throw to him to the tune of 6, 7, 8 receptions or 10 targets a game and run Monty? You want to run Monty? Fine. Run Monty, but throw to Gibbs. Make him a wide receiver. You're telling me Gibbs, and we know he is. I don't want to hear Gibbs is trash. Gibbs' situation is trash. In fantasy, sum total, you could say what you want, I guess, if you want to word it that way, but Gibbs is not trash. His metrics are off the chart. His breaking tackle ability is off the chart. His yards per carry are always off the chart. 5 yards per carry. Bad game for him, too. 8 carries for 40 yards, 5 yards a carry. That's what Gibbs does in his worst performance. But if you're going to ignore him and give Monty 32 carries, especially when the game is 3 scores out of hand, and you're still feeding Monty coming back from an injury, at least throw to Jahmyr Gibbs more. I mean, 4 receptions for 11 yards. These are little dink and dunk plays. Let this man run some better routes. It's unbelievable. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating to see such an amazing player. Superfish, by the way, you were accidentally blocked by a mod pocket blocked you on accident and undid it. So thank God you're back. But just know we never would have done that on purpose. Thanks, Smitty. Good to be back in the water swimming with you guys. I don't know what happened on that, Superfish. I apologize for that. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Why is St. Brown underused second half always? I don't know. The worst part, Joey, is when they win. The worst part is when a team misuses their players and they still win. And then it just... and it's not like you could say, oh, well, obviously it's working, but I think they do better. I think they're more effective if they use their better players. Call me crazy, call me old-fashioned, but I still feel like they would be doing better if they used their better players. That's all I can tell you, But I get it. Dobbs look good. Monty is your worst enemy. Yeah, Superfish is back. Glad to have Superfish back. Get rid of Gibbs. I'm so frustrated right now. I still look. I want to say this in the best way that I can. Gibbs is still worth holding. Gibbs is still worth going and getting. If you can't see the difference between what I'm trying to admit to you right now, that I don't have hope for the moment. In the moment right now, I don't know what to do with them either. And I'm not trying to defend or what do you call it? I don't know, fantasy apologist. I don't want to be a fantasy apologist for Jahmyr Gibbs right now and say, oh, he'll be fine. He'll keep doing it. Don't worry. Right now we don't know. Right now we do not know. But if you think that he isn't good and better than Monty, I don't care if the production's there. I'm saying the metrics, the data, the stats. I mean, he's 5 yards or 6 or 7 yards per carry no matter what. He's breaking tackles like no other running back. If you think it's not important to hold him or get him thrown into a trade, I don't know. Unbelievable. Yeah, thanks, Superfish. Appreciate you. All right, let me get these super chats off the books here. $27.99. I don't know what the conversion is on that, but I appreciate you very much, my kind sir. To the moon.
Alert.
Absolute
Super chat alert.
glory. Sorry, I'm just in a somber mood. Thursday games suck. You know, there's some good production there, but Thursday games suck for some of the other players. We were hoping for more. I think I'm taking a lap, traded Bijan for Gibbs and JT. I mean, yeah, I don't know that I don't know that that's gonna work out. It may or may not. I mean, it obviously right now it's not gonna. Right now it's not gonna. But Bijan hasn't been misused yet this week. We still got that to go. So who the hell knows what's gonna happen with Bijan? My team is Fields, Love, Gibbs, JT, Walker, Charbonnet, Olave, Ridley. You still got a fire team. You're gonna be okay. But don't worry. The misuse on Bijan still to probably come. You know what? I stopped watching the game and Love started going on fire. Like just for like 8 minutes. I kept it like playing, but I didn't like watch. It was like there, and I'd just glance over and I'd see Love going nuts. I'm like, I'm not even watching. I'm just glancing over at the end of each catch. Like he catches it. I look over, and when Watson scored, that's when I started looking back, and I'm like, I'm gonna start watching again. As soon as I started watching, I'm not the most superstitious person, but I swear to you, I felt like the moment I didn't watch, I don't know if I should even watch Bijan run the football on Sunday. I don't think I should watch a single carry. Maybe that's the fix. Panic on Watson. I mean, Watson scored a touchdown. Why do you want to panic on him? I mean, he scored a touchdown. It's his first game back. They said they'd be limited with him. He wasn't on the field all the time. The snap count was low. Laporta, why would you panic on Laporta? He looked like a monster. They just misused him. They just didn't throw to him. But I'm not panicking on either one of those players. Those are not the players to be panicking on. Glad Swift escapes. Look at the Philadelphia. Yeah, he's a monster. Thank God Swift got out. Unbelievable. Just so frustrating. So freaking frustrating, my guys. So frustrating. I think I'm taking a... No, you're fine, bro. Don't take a lap. You were right about Dobbs, though. Boy got 18 in the flex. Dobbs. Oh, nice. Yeah, Dobbs had a decent day. Nice job, KB. We're not always wrong. We're not always right. We're not always wrong. That's for sure. $6.99 from Matthew, and then Matthew comes in with another super chat here. Would you trade or keep Monty? At this point, you might as well ride the wave. They're using the hell out of him. Like depends on what someone comes and offers you, but they're using the hell out of him. Continue to ride him. What are we doing? What are we doing? We can't get rid of Monty at this point. Trade Gibbs for Monty? I'd take Monty over Gibbs right now. That's just the blunt, honest truth. Do I think it could flip at some point during the year? You never know. They loved this guy when they drafted him. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this coaching staff that they don't want to use him. As a Gibbs owner and a Detroit fan, that also lives in Michigan. I'm sick to my stomach right now and actually upset. It hurts my heart. I'm sorry, Tanner. It is very, very disgusting to watch him not use Gibbs. Draft him 12 overall. You don't use him. Got offered Dobbs and Kincaid for Gibbs and Higbee. I'd rather have I'd rather have Gibbs and Higbee. I'd rather take the chance on Gibbs in that scenario. That's not a crazy scenario to take a chance on Gibbs. Love did bad and still scored a Fields typical 17. Yeah, I mean, Love didn't have a great game, but he also scored 2 touchdowns. So for everybody that's freaking out about Jordan Love, he scored 2 touchdowns. He has 3 touchdowns in week 1, Jordan Love, 3 touchdowns in week 2, 2 touchdowns in week number 3, and 2 touchdowns in week number 4. That is a boatload of touchdowns. Let's not act like Jordan Love is garbage or trash. Let's act like Jordan Love is a young quarterback still learning and making a lot of mistakes. Start McKinnon, Roschon, or Breda, running back 2. I have Bijan, running back 1. I honestly, like, McKinnon is a nice, crafty, high-risk, high-reward play. Roschon feels like he's in line to get more work, but misusage is the name of the game this week. I would lean Roschon by a hair, but McKinnon's capable at any freaking moment. Gibbs still to the moon. His shuttle is just delayed. I hope so, Jaime. I hope so. I really, really hope so. I still have faith. I just don't know if my faith is extended into week 5 yet. You know? How to trade Kenneth Walker? You don't, because he's on fire. If you're going to trade Kenneth Walker, you're going after Bijan. You know? If you're trading Kenneth Walker, you're getting like JT or Camaro with a wide receiver piece, Joey. That's the only way you're trading Kenneth Walker. He's a top 3 or 4 running back. Gives us a Campbell problem. Totally. Unbelievable, bro. No, the Bears are garbage. That's my bad on the Bears, bro. Okay, you already got me. Whoa, you got me. You know, you can say it over and over. Okay, Joey, how to trade Kenneth Walker? You don't. Trone Force. Dobbs in the Packers is the Packers wide receiver 1. I said it. I mean, Trone, he certainly is playing that way, but I think Watson is a great buy low. I think if anybody is taking Watson's game today, the 2 catches for 25 yards, the 4 targets, the 1 touchdown is a bad game. I'm pretty excited and I'm pretty excited and encouraged by him getting a touchdown catch his first game back on limited work. As a dynasty Gibbs owner, 5 yards is a carry is a damn good thing. I'm holding Gibbs. I'm angry that the Lions aren't utilizing their first round pick. He's averaging 5 yards a clip plus. Absolutely. It's disgusting. I'm 1-2. What would you do to make my team better? My team is Fields, Pollard, Ford, Justice Hill, Akers, Garrett Wilson, Ridley, Devonta Smith, I assume. Look, you got really good wide receivers. You got an amazing running back 1. I think your probably best bet is to maybe wait until Ford plays, and then if Ford has another good game, you either ride the wave out with Ford and you just let your team try and climb back, or you're trading like Akers and Ford and like Dell for like 1 player, you know. Right now, I poke after JT because he's out a week. I don't know if somebody would give up JT for Ford and Godwin, or Ford, Dell, and Akers, but I certainly would try. Your team would be an interesting team to go get. Man. Let's just shrink this a little bit right now. We'll just shrink it a little bit. Misusage. Boom. Misusage. Next year, I'm coming in with some science behind misusage. That's what I'm doing. I have a plan. I've already started executing a formula type of setup for risk that we don't calculate enough of, which is coaching, which is misusage. The odds and likelihood. That red flag needs to be heavier weighted than another red flag. The grossly misusing of a player has to be a heavy red flag weight that we just aren't accounting for. I'm not accounting for enough in some of these scenarios. Now, I will say Hall is still going to ball. I truly believe that. At some point, I think Hall is going to be well worth his weight right now. But, yeah, it is what it is, bro. $9 hauler from, or $10 hauler from 92. Appreciate you. To the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon. Man, unbelievable. So some of those targets for that last super chat. Who was that? That last super chat was It was potential buy low. Other buy lows could be. I mean, look, Aaron Jones coming off this game, I would say for that last super chatter, Aaron Jones would be a nice running back to go get. Be a very, very good go get. Gibbs is worth nothing, Smitty. Well, I would say he's probably a pretty good go get player if he's worth nothing. Kincaid, you got to wait on Kincaid. I already said that from the start. Like, we don't know if Kincaid's going to have a quick start or anything like that. Kincaid eventually will be used. Laporta, people are freaking out about Laporta tonight. Laporta had a nice game. Just a nice little game. I'm 1-2. What would you do to make my team better? Oh, this is the one that you sent. Okay, yeah, perfect. So, like Aaron Jones would be good. JT would be great. Ridley would be good. Waddle would be good. And I think trading Ford and Godwin, Ford and Dell, Ford, Godwin, Dell, those are probably the three players I'm looking to shop. Full PPR trade Gibbs for Hall. At this point, I mean, we don't know which one's going to get a shot first, if ever, this year. I probably lean Hall at this moment in time, but the misuse on Hall is about to come on Sunday. It's on its way. Don't worry. It's on its way. It'll be here soon. I mean, it's unbelievable. All right, let me get to these other super chats. Appreciate you all in here. We've got 900 of you in here. You guys are unbelievable. Appreciate you. Buy Gibbs in Dynasty. Yeah, I agree with that, Space Ricky. I think there are going to be a lot of people freaking out on Gibbs' long-term value because of this, and that's good. Full PPR trade Gibbs for Hall. Again, tough to say. Toss-up. Probably Hall at this moment in time, how I'm feeling tonight, but maybe ask me tomorrow. Giveaway CD for Bijan. I'd rather have Bijan. I would rather have Bijan. Would I add a piece to get Bijan? Depends on what the piece is, but I definitely like Bijan. Picked up Monty off waivers. What kind of grandma league is Monty? And I mean, even coming off the injury, that's a great job, Charles. You did good. Unbelievable waivers. Hey Smitty, need help. Started 1-2. My 12-man PPR 1 QB. QBs Fields, Love, Debo, Garrett Wilson, Watson, Tank Dell, Bijan, Gibbs, Pacheco, Algier, Musgrave. Anybody you would try and get. Aaron Jones is a nice go get. Coming off tonight, I think he's going to be somebody we can buy low on. I think you hold Debo or, maybe somebody. The only player you can really sell high right now would be, and I don't think you can sell Bijan high. I think someone would want to buy him, but somebody's not going to overpay. So Debo, but he's injured. I don't think there's much to move here unless you trade like a Garrett Wilson and a Gibbs to somebody that's excited about the opportunity of buying low on Gibbs, and you're able to go get that Devonta Smith that struggled last week, that Calvin Ridley that people are asking me today in droves, should I bench him this week? Calvin Ridley bench questions have been coming at me way more than I ever expected this week, so that tells me he's very, very low in value. I would say Ridley, Devonta Smith, if you could take a Debo and turn that into a Ridley plus something solid, like a Hall, a doubted Hall or Gibbs or something like that, it might be something you look to explore, because right now Debo's got, in some people's eyes, more value than Ridley. People are contemplating benching Ridley this week, and an uncomfortable amount of questions that I've got. Where is the St. Brown rank? Where's St. Brown ranked now? He's still a top, 6 to 10 wide receiver potentially, but I mean, he scored a touchdown. He had 50-something yards and a touchdown. He had a decent day. I don't know why everyone's freaking out too much about St. Brown. St. Brown's not the one you should be worried about. St. Brown scored a touchdown. St. Brown is still, kind of banged up right now to a small degree. Gibbs for Zeke. Come on, bro. Devontae Smith for Ramondre. Gibbs is my running back, too. Devontae Smith for Ramondre. I don't know if I like Ramondre. You're almost buying another risky player, and then you're just going to be super disappointed if he ends up getting, treated the same way. Because last week, what did he do? I would say, I'd try and buy Ramondre, but do you have other receivers in your team to use? Because I don't know that I'd use the better player. Monty is doing what Derek Henry has done year in and year out, but people keep saying he's trash. Most NFL teams rush first, third, and shorts and goal line. Monty was going always getting those. Yeah, look, Isaac, I don't want you to think I'm ripping on Monty at all. I like what Monty's doing, and I would rather have Monty over Gibbs going forward. Like, I'm being completely honest about that. Doesn't mean I don't like Gibbs more in Dynasty, or I don't believe in Gibbs, or I don't think Gibbs can bounce back, that I wouldn't buy Gibbs low. But if I'm being real and trying to provide you guys with an adjust and adapt mentality reaction that's helpful, it's that Monty's the better running back in fantasy right now. Not better running back, but it doesn't matter. In fantasy, they're using the hell out of him. And I don't know when or if, but I do believe it'll be at some point, they start using Gibbs a whole lot more to where he's effective. They can throw the ball to him. They just haven't been doing it effectively. And I don't know that that'll change. I was thinking about trading Walker due to Sharp's increasing usage. I mean, Walker had 2 touchdowns. I don't mind you trading them. Just make sure you're going and getting at least a Devontae Smith and Aaron Jones. You know what I mean? Like a Waddle and Aaron Jones. You better be going and getting 2 players if you do that. Hey, Smitty, your day job is calling McDonald's. You know what, bro? Appreciate your super chat, but, we don't need that here. I'm here. I'm out here, and it's okay, J-Rob. I know you're frustrated. You had somebody that I touted, but you also make your own decisions, bro. And you're trying to put blame on somebody else because you drafted the wrong Moonmen, or as if all the Moonmen list. The problem with the Moonmen list is that nobody else, no other content creator is going to put 12 to 15 bold predictions out in front, and everybody attaches the entire show, everything onto the few players that are doing bad on the Moonmen or Marsmen list. So, you go have fun doing what you want to do, J-Rob. But you don't even need to be here. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. No one's forcing you to come in here and watch. No one's forcing you to be here. There are gonna be misses. If you can't handle it on your own, then maybe you need to figure out if fantasy football is for you, because there will be ups and downs, bro. There will be plenty of ups and downs. Let's see here. DK Metcalf. Gibbs returning to the 10th round. I don't know. I don't know what Gibbs is going to do, bro. I have no idea what Gibbs is going to get you or garner you in a trade. I have no idea. Would you trade Gibbs to get Ridley? Of course I would, Xavier. Of course I would. That would be an absolute smash. And Okafor, I'm a man that can admit that for right now I'm taking you off the Uranus list.
And off he goes to the planet known as Uranus.
Okay, this is we're gonna take him off because he just doesn't even deserve to be on the list at all. We'll take off. We'll take this off. We'll take Matt this off. He's not trash, but we're gonna take it off because we deserve to take it off. Breece is draftable. I'm leaving that one on because he's still draftable. There you go. You're off, Okafor. Congratulations, and you deserve to be off. You deserve to be off on that. You guys are unreal. $10 hauler from Sweet. Appreciate you. Traded Breece Hall, CJ Stroud, and Jalen Warren, Najee owner, for Achane. I don't know how that's going to work out. Breece Hall, I still feel like Breece Hall is going to be absolutely solid at some point. I just don't know when. I don't know if Salah is going to turn to another quarterback or when he's going to turn to another quarterback. I don't know. And so, Achane depends on what happens, man. It depends on if Achane gets all the work. Now, I do want to preface something, though, that Achane probably has a 50-50 shot of going back to a role that's not where everyone's like, oh my God, Achane's dead now. And everyone's going to run away from him. But you got to remember that they drafted him. They were excited about him. I know we said that about Detroit, but not every situation is the same. And at some point, Mostert or at least one of them, at some point, Mostert or Wilson's going to get hurt. And Wilson's already been hurt. So at some point, even if for whatever reason, Achane doesn't get used a ton this coming week and everybody's disappointed and bummed, he will be a go grab him if someone cuts him, go buy him low. Don't go for him 1-for-1, but add Achane into some sort of trade, like as window dressing. Still have Saquon Dell. I don't know. Look, Achane and Hall, either one could outperform the other go forward. That is a very, very tough decision, to be honest with you. Because Achane could go, like I said, could go to nothing tomorrow, but then return in week 8, or he could be absolute glory every single week going forward. I want out on Gibbs. What wide receiver can you get? You could go after Gibbs. I mean, you'd have to give up something, bro. You'd have to give up something to get, like, you could get a Christian Watson, who probably disappointed his owners a little bit. That's not the worst move in the world. It's a sidestep. He scored a touchdown tonight. He's back. Waddle and Ridley are very undervalued, but you have to throw something in. You have to definitely throw something in. We got a couple of $20 haulers here. We got G Money coming in strong. Professor Stroke coming in strong with two $20 haulers. Appreciate you both. You guys are absolute ballers. Let me punch that real quick. And then Eddie coming in with a 20 spot. Eddie, appreciate you being here. Appreciate all three of you coming in strong and being just amazing supporters. You guys are awesome. Professor Stroke says, great day to be a Lions fan. Started Watson and got saved by a TD, but TDs is why we drafted him. Shout out to St. Brown for coming in clutch for me as well. Scary having two players on a Thursday night. Najee for Gibbs. I don't know. Maybe Najee's worth more than Gibbs because he's at least a starter right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'd do that. I don't love either right now as a running back too. And I hate to say that about my boy Gibbs. I hate to say it. $20 hauler, appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Where's that other screen? That was that. I'm doing my best to try and answer some of you guys in the chat lately too, so appreciate you. Najee over Gibbs, Najee over Gibbs. A lot of people are saying Najee over Gibbs. They're both not great. One could lose their job, Najee. The other might not ever get his job. 2-1, 12 team, 2 flex, PPR, QB, Allen and James Cook, Ramondre, James Conner, Roshan Sharps, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, Elijah Moore, JSN, Hawkinson, Kincaid. Week 1 traded Cup for Allen. Trade today sent Jacobs, Puka, Dotson, got Connor, Evans, Hawkinson. Jacobs, Puka, I like that. That could work out well for you. That could work out real well for you. I mean, Evans is playing great. Smitty approved that trade. I'm fine with that. I've been here a few years. Moonman team is built to win championships. Championships are won at the end of the year. Keep heads up, adjust, and adapt. And also, like, you can't, like, a lot of people, there's so much content that we talk about here. It's not all Gibbs. It's not all Hall. Maybe we did a lot of it. Maybe we did way too much Gibbs talk. And for me, I take the lap on that. I'll take the lap on that. I will man up and say, I take a lap. I take a lap. But we still do a lot more than the Moon Men or Bold predictions. You know, and sometimes that it's a frustrating thing to have everybody tie everything, the success of this or that or the other. Not to mention there are a lot of Moon Men still doing well, like Tony Pollard, Walker, Deebo Samuel, Chris Olave. Let's get real, okay? Not everything's collapsing. Marsman, last Purdue. What's up, my guy?
Real quick, Smitty, I got a dilemma. Someone dropped Drake London to the wire. It's one of those leagues with like a 4-man bench. And I've got my quarterbacks are Kirk Cousins, Jordan Love, and Trevor Lawrence. I need to drop one of them, thinking Lawrence at the moment, but after tonight, I'm not sure. Unless you think I shouldn't pick up London.
London there's no other player you can drop?
My bench is Breece Hall and I can't remember who's on the bench. One sec. It's Breece Hall and Pickens. I got Olave, St. Brown, Bijan, Swift, Freiermuth, and Ford in the lineup.
Yeah, I don't know if you can cut any of those guys, though. Name your quarterback. You want to cut Trevor Lawrence is what you're saying? I don't know.
That's what I kind of had it in. The claim will go through tomorrow, but after tonight, I'm kind of like a little bit nervous.
I don't think. I think you're better off having an extra quarterback than having London. But that's because your benches are small and the waiver wire is rich. You know, but I don't know. Does the chat disagree? I think he's got to keep Trevor Lawrence in case he needs that quarterback. I mean,
the thing is, no, I've got Kirk Cousins, Jordan Love, and Lawrence.
I know, but I would just keep that quarterback, especially with quarterbacks being in shambles, bro. You might be able to trade one of them. You know, I would probably lean on Kirk Cousins until further notice, though. I do like T. Law a little bit.
Hang on to Love and Lawrence.
Well, like I said, I would try and trade one of them. I think people are in shambles at quarterback. You know, the quarterback pool is crazy. I would just leave London out there. I mean, you could cut Love and pick up London if you really think the receiver is going to help you more. That's not a crazy option, but I do think you can maybe trade one of them later.
So you think it would be of the three quarterbacks, Love would be the one?
I'm not dropping T. Law. I'm not dropping T. Law. No, I still love T. Law.
All right.
I look. He's probably next.
Yeah.
I mean, this
All
is
right,
what.
thanks, Mitty.
Hey, appreciate you, Mars man. Later. All right. Thank you, G Money. Appreciate G Money. G Money to the moon.
Alert. Super chat alert.
All right. G-Men, appreciate you dropping your super chat. Terry Roberts coming in strong with a super here, $5 hauler. Terry says, I traded Saquon Barkley for Gibbs. Smitty, I'm not. Detroit coaches need to realize what they have in them. I mean, I hope so, Terry. I hope they know. I hope they eventually use him. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. Barkley's coming back, but he has been hurt. Tough to say how it's going to work out for you. But right now it's not looking good, and that's nothing you can do, bro. What's up with Gibbs? Nothing up with Gibbs. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. They don't use him. 5 yards a carry they don't use him. 5-6 yards a carry, sometimes 7. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. It's a 14-team league, Smitty, says Charles. Charles, you did freaking amazing on that. Let me find this Charles' super chat. Charles, I don't remember exactly what you said before because I got to pull it up, but it was picked Monty off waivers. That's crazy though. 14-teamer. How in the hell is Monty on waivers in a 14-team league? That's a 14 grandma league. That's a great grandma league. Is Kincaid worth rostering? Depends on your situation to test. He's definitely somebody that we said would take a long while to emerge. A long while. It wasn't necessarily something we thought would happen in week 1, 2, or even 3. Now, will it happen in enough time for you to capitalize? Will you miss out on picking up a potential next HN if there's one available? I don't know, bro. Like, that's up to you based on the look of your team. But I will say that I believe Kincaid could get cooking at some point very soon. But I don't know if it will be this coming week. Would Eckler be attainable with my team without giving Pollard up? I tried getting Taylor. He declined. Dell and Godwin. I don't know if you can get Eckler. Eckler is certainly one of the best buy lows right now in fantasy because he's been out. His owners are frustrated. But I definitely feel like, you'd have to give up. I don't think you could get him with Ford. And you'd have to give up Ridley probably. But could you get like a wide receiver back that you felt confident in, like a Christian Watson or something like that? Do some kind of 2 for 2. You'd have to look that direction. I don't know if there's another way around that situation. Getting Eckler without giving up Ridley. You have to give up Ridley. Gustavo, aloha. What do I do with Gibbs? You hold him. There's nothing you can do. No one's going to buy him. You have to hold him, Gustavo, unless you throw him with another player and somebody's like intrigued by getting him low and you sell him kind of low, but you do it in a 2 for 2 or something where you're getting a player you still believe is going to bounce back. You get rid of a player that's doing well. Example, you trade Barkley away, you get Gibbs and Ridley or St. Brown or Devonta Smith in a Gibbs type of move. Like Gustavo, that's the only way or that's the only way. If you were to go after, I worded that wrong. If you were to give up, let's say, a Ridley or player with Gibbs, let's say, to go get an Eckler. Let me put it that way. And then the reverse way, the way you acquire Gibbs is what I was saying, is you only get Gibbs if you're trading away like a Barkley and you're getting a wide receiver that you think is going to be equally valuable as Barkley, and then you get Gibbs thrown in. So like either way, trading for Gibbs or trading away for Gibbs, you just have to be creative. You have to be creative and crafty. There's just no other way about it. Monty is the man. Yes, sir. Gustavo, appreciate you. Marsman, rock out. What can I do for you real quick?
Well, I sent you a super chat, but what would you do if my 3 quarterbacks, Burrow, Love, and Purdy?
I mean, right now you're just starting Burrow. Since he's back at practice, he had his first full practice, I believe, today, which was nice to hear. So Burrow's back in the saddle right now, bro. I like Love as far as like a bench quarterback for you right now, given you've got Burrow. And I still like Love in some context as a starter because I think, he scored 2 touchdowns this week, 2 touchdowns last week, 3 the week before, and 3 the week before. He's still scoring a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, I played Love today, but yeah.
Appreciate you, rock out. Anything else?
I got to drop probably Purdy or keep it for someone else. Let me see who I got. Hold on.
All right, let me answer some of these while you get that. Thoughts on DK? Would you do Achane for DK? I would definitely take DK if you need a wide receiver. That is a definite, okay, you're getting good value if you need a wide receiver. But I've also used this example, though, and said that would I trade Achane away for DK if I didn't need wide receivers at all and I was banking on this guy as my RB 2 or 3. I could go either way. I really like Achane a lot, but there is a risk of, especially after what happened to Gibbs tonight, just feeling like the utilization wasn't there, seeing talent and then expecting coaches to just go all in on a player when there's other players that they just somehow value more. Like everyone says, oh, worry about Wilson. Why are we worried about Wilson? He's garbage compared to Achane. But coaches don't always do what we want them to do or what we think we would do or what we would do. And so there's some risk in walking away from a DK Metcalf if you need to get that. And I own Swift but need an extra running back. Got offered Ridley and Hall for my Chase. Ridley and Hall for I'd probably lean Chase right now. I'd probably lean Chase. I think that's the way I would. And what do you think? He also has Kelsey, Christian Watson. I mean, if you're trading Chase away and you're getting like Achane and Kelsey, that's a little different. That's kind of a fun move. Past that, I'm just holding the best player in the deal. Got offered Lockett or Puka for Jacobs. I'd rather have Puka like in a vacuum, but I feel like you can get more for Jacobs. So I would take Puka and something for Jacobs, but it'd have to be something significant. Jacobs still has more value than that. And he might not for very long, though, so I can understand, but he could also bounce back a little this week, and then you get more for him. Watson and Gibbs for JT in a millisecond. And I would have said that before the game started. Like that's a great trade. JT's a great trade to go get. Maximus, what's up, Smitty? Forget the haters. I'm 2-1 in a 12-team sharp league that I went 0-14 last year because I started following this channel. Let's go. I appreciate that, Maximus. I know not everybody's got Gibbs problems. I know that the haters are out tonight that have Gibbs and they're upset at me for it, and I'm not going to hit everything. I'm definitely going to bust on a bunch of players every year because I talk about millions of things. And for some reason, we are getting hit hard on some of the big predictions and we're still landing some of them. I mean, a lot of the moon men are going nuts, like Walker and Olave and Debo and Pollard, and it's not like everybody's busting, but the problem is, again, you put 12, 15 players on your sleeve, and you walk out in the forefront, and you say, these guys are going to go crazy. People are going to attach everything you've ever done to these 12 to 15 guys because you have the balls to put them out there on a bold prediction list. and it's probably not going to sway me from doing it. I can tell you that. But will I maybe try and diversify some of the content more so that we don't have people saying, oh my God, you nothing you said is right, Smitty, because 50% of your 12 players busted this year, when it's a bold prediction list. It's a bold prediction list, and nobody should be assembling a team off of just those 12 guys either. We say that a lot too. Okay. Rock out, what else did you have?
Yeah, the only person that could probably drop is McKinnon for Purdy.
What? Who is it? What?
I could probably drop McKinnon if I want to keep Purdy on the team with Love.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, bro. I could go either way on that. McKinnon, Purdy, McKinnon. If you feel more comfortable having Purdy on the roster versus the extra RB, then keep the quarterback. But that's up to you. That's definitely a preference thing, because they're both about the same usefulness depending on the need in the week. All right, Rock out. Appreciate you. I got to get these super chats. You're my man. My main man, Rock out. Later, pal.
All right.
Okay, PPR 10-man, 2 flex. James Cook or T. Higgins? James Cook. T. Higgins has been cheeks. He's been cheeks for a little bit now. Two out of the last 3 games. Because of you, I played Monty, Gibbs, and Laporta 100. Thank you, Carlitos. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support there, pal. Anthony coming in here. Would you trade Garrett Wilson in London for Watson? It seems like a little bit of an overpay, so I'd say you're overpaying there. I like Watson, though, but Watson probably disappointed someone. Smitty, you're the man. You and this community are the best. Appreciate you dropping that $5 fire right there. Isaac coming in strong. You're the man, Smitty. Don't let the early season Debbie Downers get you. Gibbs will ball. Look at how Kamara's rookie year went. Patience. Appreciate you. I'm hoping, bro. I am hoping Gibbs gets used at some point. It frustrates me. If you guys don't think I take it hard, you can tell I take it hard. And I could come out here and not go live and say, you know what, I'm not feeling like going live. I'm just a little bummed right now. But I'm honest with you guys. I come out here, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm bummed. So many things going right for the channel and the predictions, but it doesn't matter because a couple of the bigger guys that we predicted to do well aren't doing well, and I take it hard. I take it hard. I wear it on my forehead, and I totally feel the pain that you guys go through because you trust me. I could care less about a single one of my teams. I'm more upset because even one person, their season, their team, their question, their week went badly because of something I might have done. I take it seriously. I take it seriously. And I come in here at least. And I say, you know, we have to wait on Gibbs. That's on me. I'll take the full blame for it. Appreciate you, Isaac, for dropping that super chat. Isaac to the moon. New viewer, thanks for the advice and content. Thank you, Left Behind Times. Appreciate you. Sorry you're coming in on a little bit of a somber night. I promise you this show is much more hyped and upbeat than this. It's just, you know, it's frustrating to watch a player with Gibbs' talent get misused. And everyone can keep saying it's not misused. It is misused. It is misused. I don't care if they're doing well. You're telling me that Gibbs wouldn't do better than this? That Gibbs wouldn't? I mean, imagine if Monty just waited one more week to come back. Just one more week to come back. Gibbs would have had 121 yards and 3 touchdowns. I have no doubt about it. And we'd be singing his praises. The luck on this is unbelievable. And it's frustrating to me. Mostert or Gibbs? Mostert. He's top 3 running back right now. I'm not saying it'll hold, but you gotta roll with the punches there. Started 0-4 last year, won the chip. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you, Ramos, for coming in with some support. Scotty, hey, coach, was offered Monty and Ford for my Bijan. I don't know. I'm too biased to answer this question right now. Chat, can you tell me that I'm not off my rocker here to say it's still Bijan? I'm not losing faith in Bijan because we're losing faith in Gibbs. I'm not losing faith in Bijan because last week he didn't get used properly when the week prior he did. He had a 120-plus yard game. Moves we've never seen before. in one clip, those jump cuts, like 6 jump cuts and all these missed tackles, and we played it over and over and over. I have it on my Instagram. Everyone was to the moon. This guy's the next running back. Not the next running back. He is the running back. He is the elite running back. 1 week later, that was week 2. Week 3 plays out. And week 3 plays out. And all of a sudden, everybody's off Bijan. So please vote here for my guy. Please vote here for my guy. Bijan or Monty. Okay? I'm saying Bijan. I'm saying Bijan. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm blinded right now. What do you do with Love? Rock out again. Appreciate your super chat and your call. You hold him. He's still got a lot of value. He's still got a ton of value. And so I'm definitely not just releasing him. Waddle and JT for Eckler. Waddle and JT for Eckler. I think that's pretty even. I probably would lean toward the Waddle and JT side, to be honest with you. That's a really, really good question, though. Racing Boy, hey, Smitty, I have Cup, and someone in a league wants to trade me Devontae Adams for Cup. I'd rather have Adams at this moment in time because you still don't know what's happening with Cup. And Adams, even if you want to hold him, he's playing good. He's playing good, and he's playing great. And so you need to hold him or sell him for ransom, King's ransom, because you can get it. 12 team, 0.5 team. QB is Love. Burrow started Love tonight. I mean, he didn't have the worst game. He had 2 touchdowns. You're probably okay unless you have -10 for INTs. Running back Eckler, Hall. Hopefully Eckler can give it a go. We'll find out. Hall, Achane, Charbonnet. You might be rolling with Hall and Achane this week. But if Eckler plays, you put either Achane or Hall in. We'll have to debate that one later, I think. AJ Brown, Ridley, Palmer. You got enough there to win. You just need Burrow to step back up, and you need Eckler to be healthy and balling out. And I think you have a good squad and you're ready to rumble. Trade my K9 and Ford for Eckler. I probably would rather have K9 and Ford right now because Eckler is banged up. And even if he comes back, even though he's a great buy low, you still don't know what you're getting right away. So I'd probably be a little bit careful of that, you know. But Eckler's fantastic. K9's playing out of his mind. But I don't mind that move. If you could get something else thrown in, I might go to Eckler side. Because I think now is the time to buy an Eckler. It's just you need to get something else thrown into that. Let's see here. Monty better than Gibbs. Yeah, he is for right now, bro. Loved scored all. Love scored all. What's that mean? What do I think of Reed? I like Reed. I mean, Reed is playing pretty well. Reed's definitely rosterable for sure. I mean, wide receiver 3, 4, 5, anywhere in that territory, depending on your league size. Christian Kirk has been more consistent than Ridley, even after 1.5 score in week 1. I'd much rather take Kirk in the later rounds and shoot high. Well, Manny, this is a good point to say, hey, if you could trade Ridley for a Aaron Jones and get a Kirk, and you felt comfortable with that or something, that I could understand someone doing that. To diversify and get 2 players, but or even better, go after a JT or Kamara or something like that using Ridley. That would probably be, if you could get Kirk in that type of move, it would be kind of a smooth move, maybe. But I still believe in Ridley. I think Ridley's still gonna have a baller year. Traded T Law and Ford for Love and Achane. That's very even. This week we'll find out what T Law does. Everybody was off T Law last week, so Love had 2 scores again today. If T-Law could go out there and have 2 scores and everybody could still hate him if he has an INT and doesn't look good for a half of football. Not good 1 and 2. Goff, Cook, Mostert, Hill, Devonta Smith, Musgrave, Ayuk, Kicker, Judy, Mixon, Hall, Addison, Dell. Do I trade Mostert and Smith for Eckler? I would probably do that. I would probably take the chance in your situation. Go get Eckler. That's a good move. Mostert eventually, I think, probably will get hurt. Appreciate you, Smitty. Thank you, Lucio. I appreciate you appreciating me. You know what I'm saying? Not every week is going to be a good one, and It happens. And the start off a Thursday night feeling this crappy about Gibbs, it sucks. I'm not going to lie to you. But I do feel very optimistic about certain players that are still on the screen that we shouldn't let get overshadowed by that pissed off feeling. And St. Brown having 5 for 56 and 1 is still a good night. Christian Watson coming back on limited snap count. And a lot of you played him, if you did, in a wide receiver 3 or flex role, and you were just like, do I put him in on limited? What if he scores or something? He did. He did exactly what we hoped he'd do. And so there's nothing wrong with what he did. There's nothing wrong with what he did. Bijan and Garrett Wilson for Achan, DK, Ridley. Bijan, Garrett Wilson for Achan, Bijan. I'm sorry. Bijan and Garrett Wilson for Achan, DK, Ridley. Give me Bijan's side. Bijan's side. I still have some faith in Garrett Wilson to have a better situation, you know. And that's another one that just burns me. It puts me in almost like a mini little depression for a moment in time is Aaron Rodgers' Achilles tear. And what that did to Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, it just makes me want to smash this mallet into a million pieces. Would you trade Ridley for Devonta Smith and Miles Sanders? Probably, and then I flip Sanders. I think Devonta Smith is super safe. I really like him. I think Ridley's good and amazing buy low, top 5 to 10 wide receiver, no doubt. But there's more risk with him. Trade B. Hall and Addison for Amari Cooper. Probably at this moment in time, and you probably could flip Amari for more than that. My running backs are Kamara, Swift, and Walker. Your running backs are phenomenal. I think I probably do this move. Amari's playing fantastic, but do I sell him high if I can, like for Ridley or Devonta Smith, who played a little lesser last week? I probably would consider that for sure. I'm 3-0 with Kirk Cousins, Gibbs, Kyron, Puka, CD, Evan Ingram, Swift, Aaron Jones. Man, you're doing great. JT and the wings, Cup on IR. Should I trade Puka, Kyron? Maybe you go after Eckler using Kyron and Puka and DJ Moore, Dell, Puka, and Kyron. Go after Kamara. You got JT waiting in the wings, but I don't know. I like the fact that you have Cup and Puka together, so you don't have to make any moves. You're 3-0 for a reason, you know. The buy lows for you, I don't know that there's necessarily as big of a need. Unless you're getting Waddle, JT, Ridley, Taylor. You already got Taylor. Kamara, who's on this side of the fence. Lamb, Bijan. Unless you're getting one of those players, I don't know that you're in such a dire need to go get any sort of move, trade done. Like, I would trade Gibbs and probably Puka and Gibbs, Puka, and Kyron to get like an Eckler type player. I mean, no doubt about it. That you have enough depth to do that without hurting your lineup. Fantastic type of move. $20 hauler from Chris M4. Appreciate Chris.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Chris, appreciate you. 2-1 PPR, 10 team. I need to drop someone to take AR5 off my IR slot. Cousins, AR5. This is a really good team. Diggs, Olave. Wow. Bijan, you're fantastic. AR5 is your starter probably right now, by the way. Cousins is safe. Maybe Cousins is safer this week. That's a tough one, though. Cousins is probably safest. James Cook. Look, your worst player is either Hollywood Brown or Nico Collins. And I'm not saying that to disrespect either one. It's just that's your worst player. So if I'm you, and given how good your wide receivers are, and given that I think Hollywood Brown feels lesser than Collins, I'd probably drop Hollywood Brown. I'd certainly try to potentially make a trade. My opponent has JJ. Would you start Cousins or AR5? Chat, can we do a group vote here? Would you start Cousins or AR5? Cousins or AR5? I think your safest play is Cousins. It does also offset that JJ production. So yeah, I'm going to say yeah. You could always say, what if Cousins does bad? But JJ still somehow does good, 120 yards, but Cousins has no touchdowns and interception or something like that, and AR5 scores 3 touchdowns. Doesn't always work that way, but I'd probably say Kirk Cousins has been so consistent that you might want to not stray away from that and just keep riding that wave, bro. Kind of a mixed vote, actually. I was surprised to see. Monty owner wants Pollard. Thank you for your $20 hauler, my broski. To the moon. To the freaking moon. Chris, let me put Chris's message up again. Chris, $20 hauler to the freaking moon. Love your squad. You don't need to do a thing unless you're taking James Cook and trading James Cook for and like a... I'd be tempted to take Amari Cooper and James Cook, turn it into Austin Eckler. Chris, that might be a good move. Monty owner wants Pollard. There's his value. Yeah, I mean, look, there's no reason to laugh at Monty versus Pollard, but I wouldn't trade Pollard for him. But it'd be easy to say that right now if you're a Monty fan and Monty owner and you have 3 TDs. I mean, unbelievable game. Taking your pick. Should I start Roshan or Lat Murray? Probably Roshan. There's no guarantee Roshan's going to get the work, though, but it feels like he's probably going to be utilized pretty well in this one. Should I trade my CMC for K9 and Swift? Thank you, Robbie. Appreciate you. I'd probably say, guys, we don't trade CMC for K9 and Swift, do we? Or do we? That's really, really tough. I mean, you're getting 2 amazing running backs. You're getting 2 amazing freaking running backs. But it's CMC. Can we get a vote on this one, please? CMC or K9 and Swift? And we got 900 people in the chat. Please punch the thumb up button. We only have 167 thumbs up. Please punch that thumb up button. What are we doing here? Keep CMC. Nope. CMC. Nope. CMC. Yes to the trade. Nope. Keep CMC. About 80% so far saying keep CMC. You got the best player in the deal. Make him overpay. Make him give you another player. Another really good player if you're going to be doing that. I think you have the power there. Wish they Gibbs at least 1 TD and Love did decent, but in Smitty I trust. Thanks for everything thus far. Thank you, Casio. Appreciate you. I'm sorry about any low scoring you had at all that's related to anything I've ever cranked out. You know I take it hard. You know I want you all to win. You're more important than any of my leagues. Swift, Christian Watson for Mostert, Godwin. I'm going to take Swift and Christian Watson. I think Christian Watson does have a nice little season. Go forward. He scored a touchdown tonight. Great first game back. Mostert concerns me in terms of the injury. If you're going to keep holding out that he's going to keep scoring like he is. Swift is injury risk as well, but that's a tough one. I don't know. Does anybody disagree? Would anybody rather have Swift, the Swift side of heating up Super Chat, which is right here? Let me remind everybody. Swift and Watson or Mostert and Godwin? I'd rather have Swift and Watson. The only reason I'm asking is because, I mean, Mostert's like running back 2 or something like that. Why are people panicking on Love? He's had 20 plus every week and still 19 fantasy points on a bad night. I don't know, Case. People just really get upset over the first couple quarters. You know, like he's had 3 TDs in week 1, 3 TDs in week 2, 2 TDs in week 3, and 2 TDs in week 4. I mean, he's scoring like a monster touchdown wise. I mean, it's 10 touchdowns in 4 weeks. You know, if we calculate that out, am I correct on that? He's had 3, 3, 2, and 2, right? Am I correct on that? I think I am. Right? So divided by 4 is 2.5. Multiply that by 17. Love is on pace for 42.5 passing touchdowns. I mean, are we really going to sit here and act like he's a droppable player? I'm 1-2 in a 10-team full PPR. Team is QB Love, running backs Kamara, Bijan, Hall, Pierce, Achane. Wide receivers are Olave, Dell, Drake, Watson, Laporta. Thinking of trading away Achane plus a wide receiver for a wide receiver upgrade. Who do I go grab? Ridley, Devonta Smith. They're very good players to go get right now, receiver wise, and Waddle. And so if you were to get rid of, let's say, Achane and even a Dell for Waddle or Devonta Smith or Ridley, and if you had to give up even more than that, Achane, not Olave, obviously. Achane and Dell and Tutu. Achane, Dell, and even a player like, I mean, I'd even give up Pearson Dell potentially for one of those guys. I think Hernandez, those are probably that's probably the easier way, the more likely way of acquiring one of those top wide receivers. If not, Achane for Christian Watson, if you want to go smaller. That's what I'm saying, Smitty. I have Kupp, and they want to trade me Adams for Kupp. I would rather have Adams. I'd rather have Adams, bro. There's so much more value in Adams right now, whether it's holding and playing because he's playing out of his mind, or trade-wise. So I would take Adams, the Adams side. So that's why I'm just telling you the side I want. Traded Zach Moss. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. Jacoby Myers for Kamara. Smitty approved. Got him, Kane. Got him, Kane.
Got him.
Got him, Kane. That's unbelievable. Shout out to my mods. They've got a lot of work tonight. People are upset in the chat, swearing up a storm. Not just at anything in general, but just so thank you, mods, for having to worry about everybody's extra panic tonight. People dropping some weird comments and they're about their teams and whatever. It's not just about Gibbs. Anyway, appreciate you. Gibbs, Nico, and Kincaid for Jacobs. I guess Jacobs by a hair, but then I try and flip him. You know, there's a chance Jacobs bounces back this week. Rock out. If you need to call back in, rock out briefly, you can. You're Mars, man. I didn't mean to rush you off. I'm just trying to catch up on these. 2 flex, Javonte McLaurin, Roshan, Ayuk, full PPR. Ayuk and Javonte this week, but that is really hard, rock out. That is really hard. Roshan could be a good play this week. I don't know what they're going to do. They seem to want to use him. They seem to use him at the end of games when it matters. They seem to be maybe strained that way. When they got to throw the ball, they seem to use him. $10 hauler.
To the moon.
Andrew. Appreciate you, Andrew. Jacobs does look bad right now, for sure. I mean, I told you not to draft him, but can you trade him? Can you trade him for more? I don't know. It just depends. Jacobs a buy low. Probably just to trade him, but I don't know that I want Jacobs. I'm running from Jacobs, so that Gibbs trade for Jacobs might only be to maybe make a trade. Yeah, no one said to draft Gibbs in the second round, first of all, for anybody saying that they grabbed him in round 2 and they're mad that they did. Like, I continuously said, setback, slow start. And I don't want a single person in here to think I don't believe in Jahmyr Gibbs, the player. I 100% think I'm not wrong on Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not even like questioning that at all. If anybody's taken that from what my frustration tonight, you need to listen to what I'm saying right now. I 100% believe in Jahmyr Gibbs as a player. I 100% don't think I'm wrong on Jahmyr Gibbs as a talent and player. Where I am frustrated and where I'm frustrated at myself even, but I think all of us are frustrated at the coaching staff, is not recognizing the misuse and the gross negligence going on in terms of the talent, you know, spreading around the ball a little bit to the point where you're at least getting your biggest and craziest playmaker, the football. And the worst of it all is they won just handedly. And so any kind of like, oh, they'll want to do that next week. I don't know that that's present, that type of thinking, because they crush in the game. So, you know, and a lot of people say, Smitty, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they want to use Gibbs if they did so well with Monty? And you're right, that's what they're going to think. And that's, in a sense, you have an argument to make. But I'm merely telling you that if I'm this coach, if I'm Campbell, I'm saying I need to throw the football to him. Because if Monty's my workhorse, which he is, and they continue to feed Monty, that's fine. Let them continue to feed Monty. Start throwing the ball to Gibbs more. Start get him the football in the flat more. Start giving him a route tree. Start running this man all over the field as a wide receiver, because that's technically what they wanted him there for anyway. Like, and if anybody thinks I'm giving up on him, I'm not. Am I putting him on the bench? It depends on my league for sure. but I still believe in the player. I still believe that this is one of the most talented running backs in the entire National Football League. Do I believe that the team knows what they have in him? I don't know. That part I don't know. That part is on me. That part I will take a lap on. But I don't believe that Gibbs is a bad player. Guys, the mods are telling some of you to stop repeating yourself over and over and spamming the chat with the same pasted phrase over and over. Some of you get put in timeout by the mods by that, so just know that. That's probably why you're in timeout. What do you do if Jayden Reed? What do I do? What do I think of Jayden Reed? I like him. 2-1 team with Kupp and JT coming back hopefully soon, but Reed is getting his reps in big plays, deep league. I like Reed. Reed's a very good wide receiver 4-5, and somebody you can throw in the flex as a third wide receiver, or a 3 wide receiver league with a flex on top of that, so 4th wide receiver or whatever. He's a great receiver. Watson's back, but he's still got a roll, and I still like him. Thank you for the $10 hauler, and I think your team, you'll be fine. I mean, Kupp coming back is so solid, bro. Kupp and JT, if you're 2-1 and you have Kupp and JT, you've got to be one of the favorites in your league for sure, Andrew. That's a phenomenal little duo to have sitting there waiting in the wings. K9 for Debo. I'd rather have K9. He's playing better. He's worth more. If you go get Debo, you need to get more. You need to get a Hall or a Gibbs thrown in. Like, that's what we're talking about earlier, is how do you go acquire a Gibbs or a Hall if you even want to. I don't blame anybody for not wanting to go down that road at all, because all you're doing is tempted to play them right now, and then they disappoint you. But you need to throw something significant in. You can't trade K9 like that. K9 for Debo's great. I love Debo. They're both moon men, and they're both doing fantastic, but K9 is playing as an RB in a very bad, climate RB space. You've got to get more for the RB. Love Roshan for Fields, Breece. I probably take Fields and Breece, bro, but anything can happen. Given that you don't need the quarterback as much, I would definitely take that shot on Breece, but I can understand anybody wanting to go in the other direction, to be honest. I'm 1-2. Team is Tua, K1. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Puka, Lamb, DK, Monty, MT, good wide receivers. Running backs, Gibbs, Stevenson, Hall, Roshan. Any trades? Henry, Ingram, and Hunter Henry. Okay. Any trades? Maybe Puka and... I'd try and trade Puka and Stevenson, DK and Stevenson to go get Eckler, Puka and Stevenson to get JT or Kamara. Those 3 players would be on my target list, and that's what you need, is those RBs anyway. Rock out. What can I do for you, pal?
Yeah, with the Lions running so much, is St. Brown just like a floor play right now?
I mean, St. Brown had a touchdown in 5. I mean, he had 16, 17 points. I mean, this is his worst game. This is like when he has a bad game, it's 15, 14, maybe 12 to 15 points. Like, it's still a good game for St. Brown. I mean, in PPR, he scored about 16.5 to 17 points, something like that. But
yeah, and what's your thoughts on Dobbs? Should I try to shop him?
I mean, no. Romeo Dobbs just had 9 catches for 95 yards. Why would you drop him? I mean, I think I'd trade him.
I say drop him. I may try to trade him.
Yeah, trade him high if you don't use him, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's easily toss him into a trade. All right, hang tight real quick, rock out. Scotty Do, what can I do for you?
What's up, Smitty? To the moon, Smitty. You're the man, dude. Best fantasy football analyst on the web.
What's up from Hawaii, bro? What can we do for you? Appreciate you.
It's raining out today. Kind of crappy weather. Hey, Smitty. Hey, I just want to call in and just make you laugh a little bit. But I think you should trade for Monty in all your leagues. Trade for Monty and trade away Gibbs.
I mean, I don't think anybody's giving away Monty right now. He just scored 3 touchdowns, so.
You're gonna have to package him with somebody, man.
Yeah,
I know
maybe.
you can do it.
Maybe I can give up Breece Hall and Gibbs to get Monty.
Hey, the way things are going, you might have to.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I honestly think Monty's gonna have a great season, man. He's red zone.
Look, he is. He is. He's getting the volume. He's getting the volume. Bottom line is he's getting the volume. He's getting the touchdowns. Golf. You said we had a debate about Gibbs and Monty. Monty owners can rejoice. Monty debaters and truthers can rejoice. He absolutely is getting the Jamal Williams treatment, and frankly, it's I should have seen it coming. That's on me. But I still believe in Gibbs though. I still believe in Gibbs though. I still believe in him. I don't know that I believe necessarily when he gets any consistent work, but he's still one of the most talented running backs in the National Football League, just based on pure talent, and the metrics prove it. I mean, what Gibbs has done when he's been given a shot, it's been remarkable. His broken tackle percentage, his yards per carry are always in the 5s. 4.7 last week on 17 carries. 4.7 was his worst yard per carry, scenario. He averaged 5 tonight. He's 6-7 yards a carry other times. The guy's unbelievable. But look, Monty is getting the touchdown volume, and this team loves to run the football near the goal line. They also love to get down by the 1 yard line. You what?
One more question. I have Breece in a few leagues. I want to believe in the offense trying to figure things out. I believe that Salah will figure things out. Do you believe the same thing, and Breece is going to actually start getting some good volume and start breaking away and getting 12-plus points every week?
Who?
Breece Hall.
I'm hoping, bro. I'm hoping that the problem with Breece Hall is they can't move the football down the field. So Salah is borderline incompetent right now if he's going to run Zach Wilson out there for yet another week, which is what his plan appears to be. He's borderline incompetence. Just, I mean, I honestly, if I was in a decision maker, I would go to him. If I was like one of the top, I was the GM, if I was the owner, if I was in a decision making role, I would go into his office and I'd say, "You're not starting Zach Wilson." And if he said, "Yes, I am, I'm a coach," I'd say, "Then you're not the coach." If you truly believe Zach Wilson is worth one more start, it's incompetence. It's incompetence, or it's. I mean, he's not the guy at all. He doesn't give him the best chance to win.
You're right. So I have Garrett Wilson. I'm sure a lot of other people have Garrett Wilson. They're asking the same thing. Do we flex him this week, or do we play a player like Rashawn Johnson over him, a Quentin Johnson, something like that? Or just continue rolling out Garrett Wilson and hope for the best.
Look, Garrett Wilson's almost scored 2 touchdowns last week, and he had a touchdown in week 2 and he had a touchdown in week 1. So in this horrible situation, he almost has 5. Like, it was crazy. And so he has 2 and 3 weeks though. That's all that really matters, and not what if, shoulda, coulda. DW, I think, gifted 10 exclusive memberships. DW's back. It's unbelievable. DW,
yeah,
man.
To the moon guy.
Yeah. But anyway, I gotta go, Scotty Do, because I gotta get to these super chats. I appreciate you calling in, bro. Hope you're good in Hawaii there, and tell Gustavo what's up.
I'll tell Gustavo what's up, man. Devin A. Chain to the moon. Devon A. Chain, not A. Chan.
All right, later, Scotty. Appreciate you. Hang tight, laundromat, Jack. Let me get through some of these. Someone offered me Gibbs for my H-Chan. I'd rather have H-Chan at this moment in time. At this current moment. Ask me tomorrow, though, Ken, because, Ken, I feel like and I appreciate your $10 hauler, by the way, Ken. I feel like this is not the night to ask me. To the moon. But I let the chat also come in here. Chat, what do you think? H-Chan or Gibbs for right now? I have a feeling I'm going to regret saying H-Chan right now. And then H-Chan goes out and doesn't get the work. Scotty, do I see your super chat right now? Trade away Gibbs for Monty on all your teams. That's what he called in about. No one's going to do that at this moment in time. I don't think you could get rid of Hall and Gibbs right now, both for Monty. This is the truth of the matter. Keep in mind, though, I want everybody to remember something, though. As we all start panicking on all the other players that may or may not be on our minds right now, that we want, that we wanted, that are doing bad, that we want to get, that are doing bad for other people, and we want to buy low. Keep one thing in mind. You guys remember, and rock out. I don't know. You're still on the line. Do you remember how valuable, how much people valued Tyler Algier after week 1? After week 1, Tyler Algier could go get you a top 15 wide receiver. Do you remember that? That after week 1, yep. Algier was God to everybody. I just want to use that example to just remind people that, like, things can change really quickly. I'm not saying they will for Gibbs now or very soon, or for Hall now or very soon. But we do have to remember that stuff happens, and it's crazy. I mean, 4 weeks is starting to become a pattern, but it's still only 4 weeks. 6 weeks in, it's hard to use that line anymore. But like 4 weeks in, and we're not even 4 weeks in, we're 3 weeks and 1 game in. So Achan, the Bills game doesn't matter. Watch what he does in weeks 5 and 6. Good call. I'd trade Achan straight up for Gibbs without hesitation, says Jimmy the Drunk. So kind of people are torn on that one. I think maybe we let the dust settle there. Ken Miller, right? Ken was the one that asked that. Ken, again, thank you for the $10 super chat. But I think we let the dust settle on this before you go making those offers and giving up on Gibbs. Gibbs still had 5 yards per carry. Trading King Henry and Goddard for Kelsey. I would take Kelsey by quite a bit. Thank you, Boone. Appreciate your super chat. Garcia with a $5 hauler. Bijan, Garrett Wilson for Achan, Kamara, and Ridley. Whew. Wow. Can you imagine this before week 1 with this would unbelievable. That Aaron Rodgers injury rocked my world, man. A lot of our worlds, but I mean, that was probably the most devastating injury to fantasy 2023. The Aaron Rodgers injury. Just the impact that had across the board. I'm going to lean Bijan. What's the chat think here? Bijan. Hey, this guy that keeps, I forget what his name is. Show, you've been put in timeout by Blackbeard or by the mods. I don't know which one actually, but by the mods, and you're calling mods clowns. You're calling people clowns. Like, I'm asking you right now not to do that. Like, if you want to stay in here, I want you to stay, but you can't be calling people clowns in the chat, okay? So start treating people respectfully. Unless you don't want to be here. I'm not saying you don't want to be here. I want you to be here, but I want you to be a part of the community and not an agitator in the community and start calling people in the chat clowns, especially my moderators. So he needs to be careful. He hasn't Hammer. I don't think he's banned, but you get blocked when you start calling everybody, especially the moderators, clowns. So he's got one more shot, and if he doesn't stop, then I'm okay with him not being here. But you got to stop that, bro. What are we saying here? Bijan side, Kamara, Ridley, Bijan, Garrett Wilson, Kamara side easily, Kamara side, Ridley side. Yeah, I would probably say, I guess give me the Kamara, Ridley, Achan side. Especially you're 0-3, you need to take a swing. You need to do something different. So I'm going to say go ahead and take that big swing, Merrill. Take the swing, Merrill. Do it. $10 hauler from Hernandez. Hernandez, appreciate you dropping the $10 wad. Let me get the phone line clear because I'm going to get too behind if I do too many phone calls tonight, and I don't even feel like doing a longer show. So Laundromat Jack, make it quick, bro. You got 30 seconds, pal. I'm sorry to put you on a timer, but hit me with it.
Wondering your opinion on this trade. Give up my Trevor Lawrence and Breece Hall.
Are you calling from the fact? Are you calling from the fax line, Laundromat, or are you calling inside the laundry machine? Because we can't hear a single word you're saying. It sounds like you're in like a
Sorry, can you hear me better?
Fishbowl. There you go. What were you doing? Is it like in your shoulder or something?
My roommate's sleeping, so I'm trying to be quiet.
Oh, okay. You got bunk beds or what?
No, it's a small room, though.
Is this in the dorm?
No, it's just a roommate I share a room with.
Okay. I thought maybe if you don't have the bunk beds, you can be a little louder. Okay, good. All right. Hey, hit me with it, Jack. Go ahead.
All right, so I think I can get Jalen Hurts and Aaron Jones by giving up Trevor Lawrence and Breece Hall. Just wondering your thoughts on that.
Jalen Hurts and Aaron Jones for Trevor Lawrence and Breece Hall. Can I tell you something? I would take Jalen Hurts alone for Trevor Lawrence and Breece Hall, and I would take Aaron Jones maybe alone for Trevor Lawrence and Breece Hall. So if you get that, I want you to scream at the top of your lungs, wake up your roommate, and say, "Got him!"
All right, thank you, Smitty. And also, I think Gibbs is going to be a playoff winner. That's my opinion.
I'm hoping so, bro. I'm hoping so. Thank you, Laundromat Jack. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, later. All right, rock out. Final thoughts?
Yeah, what could be a possible trade if McLaurin does well this week with if I could do a trade with Dobbs and McLaurin? If McLaurin does well this week.
Say that one more time. McLaurin does well this week, what?
If McLaurin does well this week, what's a good trade with McLaurin and Dobbs that I can send those two for a potential trade?
I don't know, man. We got to wait and see who's buy low, sell high. Like, like a struggling Breece Hall again. Like, he would be freaking free, Gibbs, you might get Gibbs. And McLaurin has 80 yards and a touchdown. I bet you Gibbs can be had. Dobbs and McLaurin for Gibbs probably be someone to hand it to you. Christian Watson, I don't know if you own him in that league, but like that type of player. Pickens goes out and has a bad game. I think you're going to have to buy somebody that has a bad game.
Right.
But those are guys that come to mind. All right, Rock Out. Appreciate you. I would do more phone calls, but I got to get back to these or I'm going to get behind. I ordered some rice. It's in the kitchen and some egg fried rice from my favorite spot. I'm just going to
cool.
Netflix and chill. All right, later, Rock Out. Appreciate you.
All right, see ya.
All right, $10 hauler here. In a 10-man full PPR, have one empty slot. Should I grab out the waiver wire options or Fields? I have Love, Warren. You need to grab Fields probably. Sharbs, I have Kamara. Roshan Sharbs. Sharbs is great too. I'd probably say I lean Fields because you need a quarterback unless you've got another quarterback. But if you don't have a quarterback, you got to get another quarterback just in case, And I do like Charbonnet if you do have a quarterback. Charbonnet's got a lot of work in week 3. Not that I'm worried about Walker's workload, but just saying he's ready if they need him. He's fully ready to go. What's going on with this chat tonight? Everybody's super riled up. I think I got a couple $20 haulers. First of all, Terry Roberts coming in with a $20 hauler. Racing Boy coming in with a $20 hauler. Appreciate you both. You guys absolutely rock. DW coming in with a $20 hauler. DW, I'm sorry if I missed your $20 hauler. DW, he dropped a $10 or I'm sorry, a 10 gifted membership as well, just a little bit ago. So DW to the freaking moon. Terry Roberts, sorry I'm so down on Gibbs and Hall, pal. You're a wonderful teacher. Hello, Terry. You're a wonderful teacher, and I don't blame you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am a Mars man because of Run Navy and you, bro. Thanks. Terry Roberts, appreciate you.
Mashed potatoes.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much. Hi, Smitty. I don't blame you. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you. Terry's awesome. Terry's been here from the beginning. My Pollard Cup for Adams Mixon. No way. Pollard Cup by a mile. Wait. My Pollard Cup for Adams Mixon. No. Then I turn around and flip Mixon for like ETN. But you say that, but can you do it? Or like Aaron Jones or Swift. Let's say you got ETN. So ETN and Adams for Pollard and Cup. I guess I would like that at the end of the day, but it would be even. You know, if Cup comes back, you can win a league. You know, so it's like you're playing a little bit with fire on that. ETU, did I answer this one? DK plus a second or Addison Dynasty Superflex. Is this old or did I not get to this? ETU, I appreciate you. DK plus a second or Addison. I'd probably take DK in the second. Addison's very solid, but I'd take DK in the second. DW, come on with a $20 hauler. Appreciate you, DW. Let's go.
Mashed potatoes.
DW. Smitty, your content is the best. Thank you for your guidance. Keep the faith. Adjust and adapt. We need a gifted membership. DW, can I get a round of applause, some clapping emojis, some thumbs up, some eggplants, whatever you deem necessary to allow DW to understand that Double D, as we call him, just came in and just graced us with his presence, and we've missed him so please drop something in I don't know, celebration of this man who's gifted so many YouTube exclusive memberships. By the way, the YouTube exclusive memberships have changed. It's no longer Zoom calls. It's no longer Zoom calls anymore. It is now when you are so that has the $2.99 membership. I thought it was $1.99, but I guess YouTube adds their dollar or whatever. But $2.99 a month to get the YouTube exclusive membership, where you can just get the emojis and all that. You click the join button, you click the memberships, whichever one, and that's how you locate it. And that gets you all the emojis. It just gives you a green name. It lets everybody know you're a supporter of the channel, and you're just like in that like private little club, right? And so that right there is the link. Okay, I just dropped the link. DW gifted another 10 memberships right this very second as I'm speaking about it. But the $9.99 membership, there's two memberships, the $2.99, and I believe I don't know if it's $12.99 after YouTube puts their VIG on it, but it's $12.99 I think a month. That one comes with priority YouTube comment replies. So no longer are we doing Zoom calls anymore. Not enough people made them. We changed it. It's now priority YouTube comments by me. So if you have the $9.99 plan, I'm going to sort and filter on the daily by those and comment and make sure the first comments I hit of the day are from the $9.99 YouTube exclusive membership. You can upgrade it anytime, downgrade it anytime. So if you want to do that just for the next month or two, just to get some priority help or whatever, go ahead and upgrade your membership from the $2.99 to the $12 plan. And you'll get priority YouTube comments by me. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Double D. Double D to the moon. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, ETU. Again, I did get to this one. I just left it up for a while. DK, I take the DK side. Thank you so much for your super chat. Manny with the super chat, lost by a Puka catch in the last minute, was up by 0.17. That's horrible. I hate when that stuff happens, bro. PPR, Hurts, Richardson, Adams, Lamb, Bijan, Achan, JT, D. Smith, Christian Watson, Gibbs, Breece, Pickens, Flowers, Smitty to the moon. God bless you, bro. Thank you, Tom. And Tom, that's a really good team. You don't even need You don't even need, once JT's back, you don't even need Gibbs and Breece. Those are like window dressing pieces that if one of them hits, you're going straight to the freaking, you know, I don't know, the Milky Way. What do you call it? I don't know. We need to come up with a Milky Way something. Start Burrow or Purdy. I would start Burrow. Purdy might be a tad safer, but I think I'd roll the dice with Burrow. He's been practicing in full. Loves Dobbs. True chemistry. See Watson to the Canyon. I mean, Watson had a touchdown, bro. So I don't know. But I do think he loves Dobbs, but he also loves Watson. Top 3 tight ends: Pitts, Kincaid, Henry, Pat Freiermuth, and Ferguson and Njoku. I would rank them in order of probably Henry, Ferguson, and Kincaid. And even that being that, like, I'm ranking Kincaid there because the upside for long-term value is still there. I still love Kincaid. I still think we said it'd take a while, so people are being very impatient with him. And I understand why, but I still believe in him long-term. I have Monty. Need a wide receiver upgrade package. Any ideas? I would definitely go, if we go to the buy list, I would say if you're trading Monty, you need to sell Monty for Devonta Smith, Waddle, and that's it. You're not settling for anything else but a wide receiver that is Ridley, Waddle, Devonta Smith, these buy low guys that easily have you covered in terms of, like, you're not giving up too much. You're not going to regret doing that later because those guys are valuable. And Monty may or may not continue at this exact pace, right? So you're selling him. He moved up into that tier, maybe temporarily, maybe to the bottom of it, but he's still below Ridley and Devonta Smith. And I would definitely trade Monty for that if you need a wide receiver, one of those guys. But it has to be somebody of that caliber. Like maybe a Cooper Kupp and an Achane if you could get like a combination. Brofist Brad, appreciate you with the $10 hauler. Brofist to the moon.
To the moon.
Brofist says, Smitty got Walker for Godwin and B-Rob today. Got him.
Got him.
That's unreal. Thank you again, DW. You're an absolute gem. DW's a gem, I tell you. A gem. Tyler with a super chat. Trade Gibbs and Fergie for Achane and Laporta. I would take Achane and Laporta. Laporta's that much of an upgrade over Fergie, I think, on the long term. And honestly, Achane's worth the risk at this point. But I do still love Gibbs. I don't want people to think I'm running from Gibbs. I still own him in so many leagues. I'll be rooting for him every step of the way. But, you know, that's a nice move. Give Olave, Algier, Warren for K9, Achane. I would take K9 and Achane for Olave, Algier, and Warren. But it's close and arguable and dependent on your team need, obviously. But would you use Monty to get who would you use Monty to get next week? So same question as before. It's Waddle, Devonta Smith, Ridley, St. Brown. He deserves that. He deserves that. Bottom line. Trading up, big week, and the Lions play the Panthers next week. I have Pollard and K9. I think that's a really good. I think you're going to get one of those. I think Monty having a 3-touchdown game like he did will definitely earn that kind of value. My Gibbs, Puka, Richardson for Tua, Chase, and Aaron Jones. First of all, I don't think you're going to get that if that's you coming up with that idea. If you do, you got him like to an extreme degree on the Tua, Chase, Aaron Jones side. Like honestly, Gibbs, Puka, and Richardson shouldn't get you Tua and Chase. You're getting Aaron Jones as well. If you're making this offer and sending it, you might want to consider, if they say no, to take out Aaron Jones and still do it. But that's a crazy move.
Got him.
I don't think you're getting that. My poor mods are on overtime tonight. Appreciate my mods dealing with all the craziness tonight. You guys rock. Jinx. 14-man. Tua, Jacobs, Gibbs, Chase, Ridley, Monty. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Any moves, Gibbs and Monty. I would trade Jacobs, honestly. Jacobs and Dobbs go try for JT. Jacobs and Dobbs go try for a Ridley Waddle, Devontae Smith, hurt Eckler, throw in more for a hurt Eckler. Those would be the moves to make this week before it's too late, Jinx, because Eckler will be untouchable later, so will JT. But JT's still out. Eckler may be out. If Eckler's ruled out, then you go after him even more so, right? Because he'll be cheaper. All right, my Cup Pollard for Adams Mostert. You don't got to take anything. That's hard. Can we get a vote on this? Racing Boy? I will be live Sunday morning, absolutely. Or not before the London game, no. Racing Boy, all right, my Cup and Pollard for Adams and Mostert. What do you guys like here? Mostert and Adams or Cup and Pollard? I'm going to take Cup and Pollard. Cup's coming back. I'm going to take that gamble, but if the chat could vote on that, that'd be great. Achan value right now is equal to Bitcoin at $59. It's a good analogy if it does collapse, but like Bitcoin will go back up. That's the question, Jimmy. The question is, okay, if you believe this is like equal to that, then let's say Achan goes out this week and does nothing, and then Mostert or Wilson or both of them get injured, then it goes skyrocketing back up. So not saying you're not on to something, but I still love Achan for the future. Ridley and Javonte for Barkley. I'd rather have Ridley and Javonte, but I do try and trade Javonte. I worry a little bit about Barkley. PPR trade K9 for AJ Brown. K9's worth more. Higgins for Ramondre. Probably rather have Ramondre because Higgins has been very, very bad lately, and Burrow's been injured, so there's just more risk there. Trade Gibbs for Brian Robinson. I thought that was Bijan. I guess, bro, if you need now production and you're 0-3, you got to take Brian Robinson, I guess. But do I think at the end of the day Gibbs is better? I do. But that could be a pipe dream of just waiting around on Campbell, man. I'm just admitting that to you right now. But I would personally rather have Gibbs, but that's me. Traded Achan for Waddle and Dalvin Cook. That's good. That's good. You can get Waddle right now. That's pretty damn good, bro. That is excellent. My T-Law Olave for Herbert and Pittman. I'd rather have T-Law and Olave, but that's a risky side. Herbert's safer. I think majority of people will say it's safer. Would you trade Mahomes for Kupp and Burrow? Jeez, you guys are asking some tough ones tonight. What do you guys think on this one? Would you rather have Mahomes or Kupp and Burrow? We don't know the details of the team, but I would say at the end of the day, bro, I got to think Burrow is going to start throwing touchdowns. And if you need a swing and you're not dominating, if you're dominating, why change anything? Even if you're getting potentially an extra player. So I'd say, like, don't trade Mahomes if you're 3-0 or even 2-1 and you feel like you're the best team. But if you're 1-2 or 0-3 and you have Mahomes and it's not clicking, bro, you got to take a big stab. So I'd say give me the Burrow Cup side, but only in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just do that trade if you're dominating. You just got to stand pat. All right, guys, appreciate you all. I'm sorry to leave. I know we've been here for almost 2 hours, but I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Thank you to my $20 hauler super chatters. David dropping a wad on screen. David, you're absolutely unbelievable. Coming in with the first 20 of the night. We had more $20 haulers. One from Eddie 32. This other one from Professor Stroke. Appreciate you with the $20 hauler. G Money, appreciate you with the $20 hauler. G Money to the moon. Chris M4, God, these guys come in and drop 20 wads like periodically throughout the last couple months. He's been unbelievable. You're the man, bro. DW, honestly. I mean, honestly, DW. You look up the letter D in the dictionary. It shows DW. Terry Roberts, appreciate you coming in strong. Racing Boy, appreciate you. And if I missed any other $20 haulers, let me know. But and thanks to everybody. I guess we're gonna give the Shug Show or whatever his name is another chance. He's in there trying to behave. You know, he's still typing in all caps, but he says best in the business. We're gonna give you another chance, bro. I don't want anybody to get removed from the show for just talking like crazy for 1 second or two. Like I want everybody to get a chance. And then my mods, and honestly, Shug Show or whatever your name was, I want you to understand that the moderators could have blocked you and they didn't. Like, so as much as you might be mad, I know you called one of them a clown. Like, you should be grateful that they're like literally not blocking you for that. You know, like I instruct them not to. I want everybody to do their best to get a second chance and all that. So like I just want you to know. Like I just want you to not be dropping that. And I appreciate your comment. Okay, so going forward, let's just be cool with everybody. Don't be like that. What? Don't be like what? I'm just telling you how it is. I appreciate you. All right, Golf. Appreciate you, Golf. Thank you, Blackbeard. Run John. Appreciate you. Phil. Thank you. E111. If I type in all caps, I get banned. No, I'm not saying type in all caps. I'm just saying, like, it's drawing attention to your repetitive Monty comment, which put you in timeout because it's like all caps, you're yelling. I'm just saying be cognizant of what it looks like to the mods. They're trying to do their job here. They're trying to keep the chat from being cluttered from spam. And they're also trying to just keep people from saying things like, you're a clown to the mod. Like, when a mod's told they're a clown, they have every right to be probably not very happy, and they're still allowing you to be here. Like, that's all I'm saying is you should be grateful to them instead of being mad at them. Hit the thumb up button on the way out the door. Thank you to all my mods, Sick Nasty, Travis Rowe, Vampy if he's in here. Who else is my mod? Who else? Terry Roberts. What other ones of my mods are in here? Can you remind me what other mods are in here so I can thank them? I want to personally thank every one of my mods right now. Sick Nasty, Vampy if he's in here, Travis Rowe, Blackbeard, Terry Roberts. Am I missing anybody? Am I missing a mod? Sick Nasty I already said. I think I got them all covered. If I miss somebody, please let me know. Blackbeard to the moon. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate you. Thank you, Golf. Thank you, Nachi. Thank you, Tater Toddy. Thank you, DW. Thank you, Mr. TD. Thank you, Matt O. We got a couple more super chats real quickly that I need to hammer out. I have Hurts and AJ Brown and Swift. Keep or trade one. I'm not trading Hurts. I'm not trading. I'd probably trade Swift on the high if I could, or AJ Brown on the high. I'm keeping Hurts, but I only trade. I'm not scared to own all three. I'm only trading one of them, the running back or the wide receiver, if you can get rid of them at freaking amazing pricing. Like, you take a Swift and turn him into a JT, a Kamara, an Eckler, even if you're giving up a little more to get Eckler. That's it. If I'm taking AJ Brown and turning him into Ridley or Waddle, potentially, maybe. But, like, that's it. There's not a lot of wiggle room there, Danny. Or, no, that wasn't Danny. That was, who was that? Professor Stroke? No. Who was it that said that? I don't know. Thank you for your super chat. Let me go back. There's the other screen. Who was that? Anthony? Yeah, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate your super chat. And then over on this side here I had a super chat here from Danny. Danny says, Justin, Herbert, Love, Kelsey, Ridley, Ayuk, D-Hop, Pacheco, Swift, Hall, and Khalil Herbert. Any moves? Trade Pacheco and Breece for Aaron Jones in London. I would trade Pacheco and Breece for just Aaron Jones. Like, you're maybe asking for too much to where they'll run away from that. I would trade Pacheco and Breece for Aaron Jones, Debo, because he's injured right now. Maybe, just the ribs, but maybe his owners are freaking out. Devontae Smith, Waddle, Breece and Pacheco for a quarterback upgrade, which you don't necessarily need. Aaron Jones would be great, but I don't know that you're going to get London as well. I definitely would pull London out of that offer, or you're going to get them to just not want to make a trade at all. All right, appreciate you all. I'll see you tomorrow.